What up, folks? Another day, another Code Wars exercise. What up, my ninjas? My name is Dean, but that doesn't really matter. We're here to teach you how to do this coding exercise. And this coding exercise is consecutive differences from Code Wars, and it's going to be done in Python. Good old PY. Yeah. I watched the Python documentary recently. I definitely recommend it out there. I don't remember who it's by, but it's the newest one that's out there. Coders will see it, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, it tells the story of Python. But let's get in here and do this damn exercise. Given a list of integers, find the positive difference between each consecutive pair of numbers and put this into a new list of differences. Then find the differences between the consecutive pairs in this new list and repeat until the list has a length of 1, and then return the single value. The list will only contain integers and will not be empty. This one's pretty straightforward, where you're going to start with trying to get my pen activated over here. Oh yeah, you always got to have the pointer, right? Awesomeness, presenter. You're starting with a list of integers, and you create a new list that will be the differences between each consecutive pair. So the difference between 1 and 2 is 1, the difference between 2 and 3 is 1. So that's why we end up with 1, 1 as the next list there. And then you actually do it. Wow, what the hell is that? It's like graffiti. You do this over and over again until you get to the last, really a one element list. So you get the differences here, it's 1, 1. Then you get the difference between 1 and 1, which is 0 because they're the same. And then there's your last thing, and you return that last element. So there's kind of an over and over process, a repeated process, kind of like a loop, right? Yeah. Looking at the next one, got this list right here, and you see the difference between 1 and 5 is 4. The difference between 5 and 2 is 3, hence the first two elements there. And then 2 and 7 is 5. So the original list becomes a list of differences, becomes another list of differences, and eventually whittles down to 1. It always whittles down to 1, as you can see. And you got to return that last one. And that could end up being any number, whatever the difference is between the last two remaining elements in your new list. That's what it's going to be. And the list is going to get smaller and smaller till it gets down to 1. So yeah, as I said, pretty damn straightforward. And I think it's a good exercise. Flex some important skills there algorithmically. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to code this in online GDB because I want to show y'all some intermediate steps. You see, as you whittle this thing down, you're going to get a different list each time. You're going to start with a list. You're going to get a list of differences, new list, another list of differences, new list, until it gets down to one element. I want to show you all the intermediate steps because I think it'll be kind of interesting to see, and I can also compare the intermediate steps to the examples from Code Wars. Give you a little peek inside so you can kind of really see how this algorithm works. I think I say kind of a little too much. So, let me clear my throat. This is going to be an over and over process because you're going to start with the list, you're going to get the differences, and then you're making a new list of the differences. So you do that until it whittles down to one element, so it naturally lends itself to a looping construct. And the while loop is the most configurable kind of a loop in Python, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to start with while, really while the length of my list is not 1, because I want to keep doing my process until the list is just one element. Until it's one element, I'm going to keep getting the differences. And here's how I'm going to get the differences. I'm going to get the differences in the list and then copy them into the same variable so that I'm not reusing, or not, I am reusing, so that I'm not creating a new variable every time. I don't really need to create a new variable. I just get the differences, put them in a new list, and then drop that list into the same variable so that it's just more seamless. I don't know what to say, folks. So here I'm going to do a list comprehension to actually get this done, because really just for condensing and also to show you guys how it's done if you don't know how to put something like this into list comprehension form. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to loop through the list, and for each pair of elements, I'm going to get a subtraction being the difference between the two. So I have to start a loop, of course, and I'm going to loop from 1, meaning the first element, but not the first element, the second element to the end of the list. And in list comprehension, you put your header at the end of the list comprehension, and then you put what you're going to add to the list each iteration. You put that at the beginning. So it's what you're adding first, and then you have the header next. So I'm going to put in what I'm going to be adding to the list, and what I'm going to be adding to my new list each time is going to be the difference between two elements. This exercise says find the positive difference between each consecutive pair. So the differences are always going to be positive. And I don't know if the numbers are not always increasing. So you're going to find the positive difference that lends itself to the absolute value. That's really a positive difference. So I'm going to use the absolute value function, ABS, if I can type it, and I'm going to put my difference in there, where I'm going to take the current element, index I, minus the element before, I minus 1, and this is why I'm starting my range at 1. It's because I'm going to be looking at the previous element each time. For instance, if I have a list that's like this, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to get the difference between these two. And then I'm going to move here, get the difference between these two. And then I'm going to move here, get the difference between these two. That's what to go back to the beginning, index I would be this one, index I minus 1 would be the previous. And you just do that each time. Difference between current, previous, current, previous, current, previous. That's what I'm doing. And then absolute value, of course. So that's going to give me my difference. I don't know why I'm tabbing there, it's weird. I'm weird. And so in the while loop, this is going to get me a list of differences each time, line 5 by itself. And that's kind of it, because once the condition is while the length of the list is not 1, Well, once it's 1, it leaves, and that's the end. So I'm going to just return the element 0 because it's only going to be one element in the list. So I'll return element 0, and that's it. Now I'm going to add something here because I want you guys to see the process. So I'm going to show you the contents of the list after each difference finding. Check it out. I'm just gonna create my own list here of just somewhat random values. And I'm gonna plug it into my differences function, and we're gonna see each time what the differences are. But I've got to add something here. I've got to add a print to print each stage here. This is going to give me my current list of differences for each iteration. And here I'm going to run the function, and actually if I run this function, the function is going to return the final difference. So I'm going to put final difference here, difference, using my old F string. F string is the best string, y'all. All right, let's take this thing for a spin. If it's good, we can, well, I'll show you another example after that. Okay, let's do it. Aha, and terminated F string up here. See? Doesn't always go off without a hitch, folks. Stay humble. Okay. This is cool. Okay, so the initial list is here, and then our first list of differences is here. So let's inspect. The difference between 1 and 23 is 22. The difference between 23 and 11, 12, it's negative, but we're getting a positive difference. 54 and 88, 43, I guess, yeah. And 88 and 20, well, actually, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 11 and 54 is 43. 54, 88, 34. 88, 21 is 67. So there's your first list of differences, and as you see, it whittles down, and the final difference is 1 because it's the difference between 1 and 2, which is of course 1. So here, it's pretty cool, you can see the list of differences at each stage. Your responsibility is only returning the final one, but I wanted you to see the process. I'm going to do one more using one of the Codewars inputs. We'll use this one. I'll show you kind of a side by side, yeah. Plug this joint in. I always find in the mornings, it's like, it takes me hours to clear my throat. No matter when I get up either. Get up like hours ago, spend the damn morning clearing my throat. All right, let's, I'm gonna get side by side here like I said. Trust the process, folks. Okay. So I want to show you the sort of test case, and then over here running that. So okay, let's check it out. I ran it with the 1527890, like this one. See, these are the same. And then, so what are my What are my intermediary results, or if that is said right? The first differences list is right here. It's the same, you see? The same one. And then moving this over a little bit. Well, the next one is 12408. And this is 12408. It doesn't do the rest. It shows a dot, 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 and then it gets down to 1. So we have matches. So this is probably a good solution, and we kind of have a little validation or verification, as it were. So there we go. I think this is ready to run into Codewars for the final validation. Let's do it. Time to wrap this sucker up. Get going, homies. Got bills to pay, right? Like we all do. Let us go into the training interface. Tell I'm speaking with a lot of energy this morning. I'm ready to go, right? I'm not going to put my printing in there because that's unnecessary. Leave it like this. All kind of clicks. All right, you already saw the code. Let's go for it. We test. And we attempt. I love it, I love it, I love it, and I know you do too. That is it, folks. What we got here is consecutive differences, Codewars exercise, Python, keep coding, keep grinding, keep getting better, and be the best version of yourself every day, folks. Let's get it, let's go. I am done. See ya.